Hello, gorgeous soul. Welcome to 2020. Yeah, baby. We're launching into a brand new world and possibly a brand new world order. It's so extreme and so intense. And January is when it all kicks off. Boom. In massive style. Now, some astrologers have predicted doom and disaster with recession and drama and all sorts of hell. Others have gone the opposite way and say, it's going to be even more capitalist, blah, blah, blah. And I have to say, there is a patriarchal flavour to this year, but it's also, starting from January, about us changing what's meaningful to us and what we want to work towards achieving. And we have the power to do it. It's all change. It's all about responsibility. It starts here. It starts now. Here's your January astrology. Aries, Mars, our ruler, is doing a lot this year. But let's start at the beginning. It's January. What's Mars doing in January? Going into Sagittarius, our fellow fire sign. Yeah! It makes us frisky, it makes us wild, it makes us want to adventure. We're galloping towards all sorts of experiences. But be careful that, you don't get into fights too quickly, or you kind of speak your mind too forcefully, because Sagittarians are otherwise known as the truth monster. But it will allow us to feel the true freedom of our spirit and allow us to launch ourselves into the new year going, I am optimistic. Sagittarius is the most optimistic sign. I'm open to the experiences that are coming. So that's great for us. But the main event, which probably is the main thing we should talk about, let's talk about the full moon first though. We have a full moon in Cancer, which is all about us wanting to be homely and safe and nurtured. And it also gives us the capacity to nurture and care for other people. Perhaps you're worn out after all the intensity of Christmas. So by the 10th of January, you're like, right, I need to look after myself. I need to go within. If you don't give yourself that emotional nurturing and space, you might find yourself burnt out. And boy, girl, we're all going to need our energy to launch ourselves when the big Saturn and Pluto conjunction happens, and that's on the 12th. So how are you feeling about that? Or the 11th. How are you feeling about that, depending on where you are? Are you feeling excited, or are you feeling a bit nervous? Do you already feel a sense that your life is going to change direction? Because it is for all of us. Pluto takes no prisoners, and Saturn is all about responsibility. It's about recommitting ourselves to something probably completely new. And if not completely new, it's like we're letting go of past structures, what no longer serves us. Particularly, so let's say you've been committed to something and you're not really truly committed, and there's an element of bullshit in your commitment, or there's an element of feeling that you have to do it, but it's not your soul's journey. There's likely to be a massive change. And for us, Aries, it's in our 10th house. So do check your rising as well, because it's going to be relevant to your rising as well. But the 10th house is all about career and being out there in the world and working towards a dream. It's about our security, but not in the way, not like the second house. It's about our security within ourselves, within our reputation, what we want to strive for. So you're really going to be making a decision, probably whether you like it or not, to be honest with you, this year about the next level of what you're going to commit to. And the good news is, if you make a commitment and you work really hard, it's probably you're going to, not just now, for the next few years, you could achieve more than you ever dreamed possible. But the key is to be commitment. The key is to take responsibility for ourselves. And that is basically not just the message of this month, although there should be a big lesson in that this month. It's about, in general. So think about it. What do you really want to commit to, and what can you do to put that into action? This is the year where we can't say, oh, it's because of this reason that I failed, or because of that reason. We have to grasp our power and make it work for us. We have to do the work, the hard work, to make it happen. What else is going on? Well, that's the main thing, to be honest with you. But let's see what other small things are going on. Uranus is going direct. You should be having more pleasant surprises and opportunities when it comes to career. I mean, this year is packed with opportunities, but also if you don't take the opportunities, it will be pointed out to you that you're not doing the work. We have Mercury, first of all, Venus going into romantic Pisces. I've actually got Venus in Pisces. I love it. It makes us have empathy, and we're romantic, and we're in tune with our spirituality, and we feel that sense of equality with everyone. We feel that compassion for other people. We're open to really healing all our intimate and one-to-one romantic relationships. So that's a wonderful thing. Then the Sun and Mercury are going into our friendship and social zone, which again gives us a lot of compassion and understanding that we're all one. Also enables us to plug ourselves into the mains of humanity and feel completely connected. So when we're really connected and when we understand that we're part of the one consciousness, when we just get that feeling that anything is possible, we can draw to us the people we need, the experiences we need to take us to the next level. You know, be aware of your own vibration. What are you sending out there with your thoughts and beliefs? Really work on that. This is January. It's a time to let go of the past. It's a time to move forward. And for us, it's the time of friendliness as we go on. So, by the 28th, we've got Moon, Venus and Neptune joining forces in Pisces. So we're at one of our most open and soppy times. Can also make us want to go a bit wild, lose ourselves in love, alcohol, whatever your escapism desires are. So be cautious about that, particularly as it is squaring Mars. So we might be feeling a bit reckless in our desires to just kind of, enter a different space. It's also, for us, the most psychic time of the year. So you're more psychic by the end of January than you are probably for any other time of the year. Your intuition is finely tuned. So use that to your advantage. There's a lot of potential out there, but we got to really make it happen. I believe in you. Have a fabulous 2020. Really enjoy this January. Get stuck into whatever you want to. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon. If you want to check out your written monthly, weekly, yearly astrology, pop over to my website, michelleknight.com. I'm not doing readings at the moment, but I do have a company of some of the best psychics and astrologers in the world. I've had the company for 20 years. I handpick them and they are fabulous. So I'm going to start to show you, starting now, their little videos on here.
I'm Martha. I work clairvoyantly and mediumistically. Well, over the telephone, it is different to reading in person. Like my clairaudience and clairsentience is heightened. I usually will ask you what you'd like to focus on. Part of the foundation of the way I work, the more focus, the more clarity you get. My priority is to connect to your truth and through that to help you and guide you to be the best version of yourself you can be and have the best life that you can have. My personal opinion in a reading is completely irrelevant. What you're left with after a reading is more the interpretation of what's been said. It's very important, and I work in that foundation to make it sure that you understand the information and the guidance that's given to you before the reading's closed. If they leave the reading seeing just 10% of the magic that I see in them, then I feel I've done my job as a psychic.